Climbing back upon Mount Soapbox for another rant. And today we be ranting about Sea of Thieves. For the record, I've thoroughly been enjoying my experience playing Sea of Thieves. And I know a lot of it I've been playing off stream with friends and a bit of live streaming as well. Because I do love me some pirate games like Sid Meier's Pirates, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So obviously I was very excited about Sea of Thieves when I first heard about it. Plus, Rare, awesome developer. And when you have like people to play with in this game, it's a very good time. It's absolutely beautiful. The ocean looks magnificent along with the skybox. It's a thoroughly enjoyable game. But there be some issues with the game that I felt like we should rant about in the hopes that maybe, just maybe, Rare will eventually, I don't know, do something about these problems. First off, this game is focused very heavily on PvP, which is totally fine. But I feel like in a game like this, in a world like Sea of Thieves, it needs a bit more PvE as well. Prime example, the only ships you come across in Sea of Thieves are other players' sloops and galleons. It just makes the world feel very dead for the most part. Like in Sid Meier's Pirates or in Black Flag, you see a ton of NPC ships going around the map. And I'm surprised that Rare didn't have NPC ships. And I think that the game would definitely benefit and feel more alive if there were NPC ships. Various types, of course, like merchant ships, treasure ships. Those would be kind of like defensive ships that you could go after. And you could attack them, you could board them, you could take whatever loot they happen to have. Whether it's a treasure chest or something you can sell to the Merchants Alliance. Or there would be hostile ships as well that would intentionally come after you if they see you. Like, for example, skeleton pirate ships. That would be really cool if there were skeleton pirate ships along with some sort of Royal Navy. That would be awesome as well. Patrolling the high seas, trying to keep some sort of order in this realm. But even without a Royal Navy, at the very least, there should be skelly pirate ships that would potentially come after you, along with the obvious other players. But I feel like the lack of PvE is definitely hurting Sea of Thieves. And whenever it comes to making money, the ability to go after these NPC ships would mean more potential gold because of, treasure chests, because of maybe a legendary pirate happens to be the captain of this pirate ship. And, maybe there's like something you can sell, for example. Make money, make some gold. Yep. And that's another thing. Like, you fight so many skellies, right? I mean, you also try to fight off sharks that are trying to gobble you up. But specifically when it comes to skellies, I really feel like a letdown occurs when you take one out. And you don't get anything out of it except for the fact that you're not, on the ferry of the damned. I think that with each skelly you take out, you should get like 1 gold coin. I know it's not much, but it's something and it would add up. And it would add to additional ways of making money, making gold in Sea of Thieves. So yeah, I definitely would like to see them add the ability to earn a little bit of gold off of the skeletons. Maybe 1 gold for the easy ones, maybe 5 gold for more difficult skellies that you encounter throughout the game. And monsters! We need more monsters. When we were live streaming Thursday, it was Silver, Liam, and myself, and we were talking about this, the lack of PvE. And it just so happens, the ship stopped in the middle of the ocean. And there's this eerie music that was playing. And I had a feeling that we were about to be in for a treat. All of a sudden, these massive tentacles rose out of the sky around us. And we were in an epic fight with the Kraken for a few minutes. By the way, I have it time-stamped in Thursday's live stream if you want to go check that out. It was a lot of fun. And I feel like that we need more of that in Sea of Thieves. Like maybe a white whale, like a Sea of Thieves version of Moby Dick. Or perhaps even a megalodon shark. Or some other monsters you could have too. Maybe like aggressive mermaids or ghosts that would come after you. I don't know. I'm just throwing out some additional like PvP NPCs to deal with besides the usual skeletons, sharks, and of course the snakes that like to blind you with their poison for no reason. I'm just trying to get a chicken snake. That's all. Jeez, leave me alone. Worst nightmares come true, right? Snakes and sharks in one game. My next issue is the items themselves. They're beautiful, well made. Obviously, the artists at Rare put a lot of love and work into them. purely aesthetic, meaning that even though this blunderbuss or this pistol or this sword looks and is more expensive than the one you have, that's all you're getting. You're buying something that just simply looks better, whether it's a bucket or a pocket watch or a shovel. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for looks only. The shovel doesn't dig faster. The guns and the swords, aren't more lethal in combat. It's just about looks, baby. And those looks are very expensive indeed, specifically when it comes to this ship upgrades. Now, this is something that really disappointed me when I went to go look at the prices for ship customization, because that's something that a lot of us would like to do, is to have a degree of customization, uniqueness for our vessels, whether it's a galleon or a sloop. And to my horror, the cheapest stuff that you could upgrade on your ship for sails, for the figurehead on the front, for even the livery on the ship itself, $70,000 for one thing, for a new sail or for a new livery or for a new masthead. It wasn't a pack where you got all three. It was for $70,000 or gold a pop. And there's no starter level. There's no lower tier where, like, if you get up to 10,000 gold pieces, you would get some lower level stuff to customize your ship with. I get the whole system, like you have upper level, like middle level, lower level, but there's no middle level. At the very least, allow us to spend 10,000 gold to change the color of our sails from white to brown to red to blue to purple to whatever, even if there is no logo or icon on the sails, or at least change the color of our ship from brown to black to gray to green to whatever. At least allow us to have some sort of lower tier rare when it comes to the ship customization. And at the moment, 70,000 gold is a lot. It takes a while to get up to 70,000 gold just to get a new sail or a new masthead or a new livery for the ship. So I really wish that there was lower level options, even if they're very simple, at least different color designs. Or maybe you start with a one color design, then you have two color designs with black and brown or red and black or white and black or something like that. I just wish that there was more options when it came to customization for ships and more affordable options than we currently have right now in Sea of Thieves. When it comes to carrying stuff in the game, you may notice that there's a limitation. You can carry up to 10 cannonballs, but only 5 bananas? Rare, that does not make sense. It should be the opposite. You should be able to carry 10 bananas and only 5 cannonballs, because cannonballs, I don't know if you may know this or not, yeah, cannonballs weigh more than bananas. Where's the logic in being able to carry more planks and more cannonballs than bananas? And I would like the ability, as you rank up in reputation points with the different orders, like the Order of Souls, Gold Hoarders, Merchants Alliance, or maybe that also allows you to carry more of each thing. I don't know, maybe with the merchants you can carry more bananas. With the Gold Hoarders you can carry more cannonballs. With the Order of Souls you can carry more planks. That'd be kind of cool if we had the ability to carry more on our person. But I understand that there needs to be a limitation, but it doesn't really seem logical to be only able to carry 5 bananas but 10 cannonballs. Now let's talk about the outposts. I like the outposts just fine. All 3 factions are there for you to sell your loot to. You can go to the various clothing stores, even though they're expensive, for all these aesthetic clothings, equipment, weapons, and for the ship customization as well. One thing I don't really like is the fact that the outposts should have been made neutral, non-PvP from the beginning, aka safe zones. I know some of you are like, GeauxBurns, this is a pirate game. We're supposed to be pirates. We're supposed to be able to attack and loot each other and pillage each other and steal our shit. That's fine. There's plenty of ocean. There's plenty of other islands in the game where you can do that. But I think after a hard voyage, whether it's going to get chickens or pigs, or looking for treasure chests, or fighting off a whole bunch of skellies to get that one legendary pirate, get his skull. Once you make it to an outpost, it should be a safe zone. At the very least, the outposts should be non-PvP. They should be neutral. They should be safe zones. And even in pirate lore, there were islands like that in pirate history, where the pirates could go and mingle and carry on, and with a few exceptions. I mean, there probably were issues, but at the same time, there were like zones like that where the pirates could go and just hang out and drink, be merry, and do whatever else they wanted to. So I really do believe that the Outposts should have been neutral and non-PvP and safe zones from the beginning. Something else I seriously think Rare needs to fix: pirate customization. So this is something you can either love or hate. And Rare, I guess, was just trying to be different. I like the different body types. I like all the different options you have when it comes to what your pirate can look like. The issue is the implementation. You have several of them spawn, and if there's one you like, you don't have to pick that one right away. You can favorite it. You can lock it, which is a good thing. But you may not be completely sold on that pirate as your choice. So you keep refreshing the other pirate options, and then the other pirate characters will respawn over and over again until you find a look that you actually like, or a look you finally get tired of, having the respawn over and over again after 30 some odd minutes, and you just settle for the one you favorited at the very beginning. I would have preferred customization, where you could customize the face, you could customize the body type, the sex, the hairstyles, the hair dye colors. I would have preferred that. The skin tones, as opposed to the system we have in Sea of Thieves when it comes to, the look of your pirate. Furthermore, I wish there were more female pirate hairstyles. There's like maybe 1 or 2, I think. And the rest clearly look like male hairstyles. And once again, once you have your pirate picked out and loaded into the game, I think the hairstyle color that you pick on that pirate, whatever hairstyle it happens to be, the color, whether it's red or blonde or brown or black, that's the color you have to keep. So while there are some hairstyles you can change between, not too many, you cannot change the color of your hairstyle. So I wish there was a dye option at these stores that allowed you to change at least the color of the facial hair as well as the hairstyles. And as I mentioned, more female hairstyles would be very much appreciated for female pirates in Sea of Thieves. Now, going back to ships, we only have, I think, maybe 3 ships in the game: the galleon, the sloop, and I think what they call the legendary ship. I haven't seen the legendary ship yet, but I've heard that there is a legendary ship once you reach legendary status. I just wish there was different ship classes with different abilities, like frigates, brigs, man-of-wars, ship of the lines, etc. And they all had their pros and cons. They had their unique customization. They had unique weaponry you could add to your ships. And that's another thing, like with the cannons. You only get one specific type of cannonball. You don't have different types of cannonballs. I wish we had a variety when it came to cannonballs as well, along with the different types of ships besides simply sloops and galleons and whatever the legendary ship happens to be. And finally, I would like to bring up the lack of rowboats. During the time of sail ships in the pirate age, they had rowboats. Why don't we have a rowboat in this game? Or at the very least, the ability to purchase a rowboat. And you have the ability to, go to the captain's quarter and request your rowboat. It drops into the water, and it can carry like 3 people. So even if you have a crew of 4, one person can stay on the ship, and the other 3 can row safely to shore without worrying about the sharks getting them. And the ability to put treasure chests and chicken coops and the pig pens, along with the various goods that you can sell to the merchants, along with the pirate skulls, on the rowboat for safe transport from ship to shore. Because a lot of times, I don't exactly get close enough to shore. Whether I'm going to a new island or I'm going to an outpost, it would just be nice to have the ability or the option to purchase a rowboat to use in Sea of Thieves. Now, this is an online game, and hopefully Rare will continue updating it, but at launch, there's a lot to be desired for this game. Despite our looks, despite how much fun I've had with friends and fellow content creators and streamers playing it, at the same time, I really wish that at launch, Rare would have added a bit more to Sea of Thieves. But hopefully they will in the next few months, and I just hope that it survives this first few weeks and months, and there's a hardcore enough fan base that stays with the game. But as of right now, I honestly got to say, I don't feel like Sea of Thieves is worth $60. By the way, for more in-depth review of Sea of Thieves, check out my friend's channel, Carrick. He did an awesome review of Sea of Thieves. His channel, of course, ACG. And he does the best reviews on YouTube when it comes to video games, AAA, as well as indie. And if you have a rant suggestion for a future episode, feel free and send it my way via the comment section, Twitter, Facebook, Discord. All the social links to the GeauxBurns Nation be linked below in the description section.